Good evening and welcome to Stupid O'Clock News. I'm Lewis Lee. Engineers at California-based Astra say they may be able to try another orbital launch before the end of this year. Yesterday, the four-year-old company launched a four-story tall, two-stage rocket from the Pacific Spaceport Complex on Kodiak Island, Alaska. It was the first attempt at an orbital flight for the company that hopes to corner a niche market in launching small satellites into low Earth orbit. About 30 seconds into the flight, the rocket began to drift off course, causing controllers to cut off the main engines. This allowed the rocket to fall safely back to Earth, where it exploded. Because the rocket is so small, pyrotechnics and a self-destruct mechanism are not required. This To some observers, they were able to see the fireball created by the spacecraft's abort. Earlier today, it was released that a software glitch seemed to be the problem in the guidance system, and that's an easier fix than a mechanical issue, leading the firm to claim that it may attempt another orbital flight before the end of 2020, to which 2020 responded, "Bitch, please." That's news. Back to you.
Hi, I'm Joe Dog McKeel.
No, you're not.
I am right now. Don't believe me? I'll open the door. Cat will come in here.
No, I believe you because you punched up the wrong button when we first came out of the video.
No, I did not.
Yeah, you did.
What wrong button?
It was a two-shot. It should have been me solo. Coming out of the intro video, it was a two-shot, you and me. And then you quickly made it a one-shot of me.
Okay.
I see everything, John.
No, me and Heather and Joe see everything. You just get to see little bitty bits of it.
Oh.
Postage stamp type things.
Okay.
Hang on a minute. Let me introduce the rest. Let me introduce the rest of the gang. Okay. The lovely Heather. And the lovely Dan. And I'll bring Joe in as soon as he's done spanking his monkey. Did you know Joe bought a monkey?
He bought a monkey.
He bought a monkey.
I used to have a monkey.
But it's not very nice. It's not a very nice
Stanley.
He had
monkeys aren't very nice.
No, they're not. They throw poop.
They do a lot
perfectly, which fits in perfectly at Joe's house.
Yeah.
They do more than just throw poop.
So how was everyone's Friday and Saturday?
Not too bad. It's so friggin' hot outside. I stayed inside, and then, of course, the air conditioning overcompensating.
Joe is doing something. He wants me to bring him into the show. Brace yourself.
So here we go again.
Camera's not live.
It says bring me in. So
I'm here.
Okay.
If you notice, there's an echo.
Yes, we do. You're in the bathroom, aren't you?
Sort of.
Oh, told you. God. I told you had to go spank a monkey. Okay.
Actually, I am in the new Halicon broadcast studio.
Then if you're in a broadcast studio, why is there an echo?
You haven't turned the light on in the closet yet.
Oh, look at that. I like the thing behind your head there.
The plasma thing. Wait a minute. We gotta. Oh wait, what do they call it? It's sort of Tesla thing. Yeah.
I call it the board cube generator.
Yeah, it does look like the regeneration.
They actually used plasma things with green tint, and then of course you remember the thing with the 4 fluorescent tubes that all it did was spin around fluorescent tube. And nobody could figure out what the heck it did on a starship. They're like, and later on when they did Airplane 2. They had that same thing sitting in the Alpha Beta base. Captain Kirk comes in and goes, "What did you find out?" He goes, "Sir, as far as we can figure out, all these lights do is just spin around it. Other than that, it does absolutely nothing." Well, find out what it does.
All right. Well, I should have done an audio test because I'm really hearing the echo. I guess I'm gonna have to hang some of those moving blankets on the wall. Excuse me.
It does. Is that a different room that you're in, or did you just change positions?
I'll rearrange the room.
And I'm going to add to the stream the lovely that guy.
Hey, Blake.
What is up?
Blake.
I got a feeling Blake's got a rant tonight.
No, not really. I don't know if I'm legally allowed to rant. Just saying.
Evidently, I am lagged worse than usual, or... Okay, now I'm seeing Blake's screen come up.
Here, I'm moving for you.
Right.
Can you see me move?
All right, I'm gonna put this up.
Hey, Cody.
I don't know who you are, Cody, but we can't really get the whole thing up on screen. John, you want to read that, or
I shall read it. I shall read it because I have that lovely reading
No.
voice.
Yeah.
I want to disappear real
Cody
quick and eat some nuggets.
All right.
Just this morning, I stopped at the Mansfield Walmart, parking at the east end of the lot. When I arrived at the door, it would not open. That's when I remembered they turned it into an entrance for employees only, ostensibly to keep them safe from people with COVID-19, or perhaps just to prevent them from obstructing foot traffic as they slump listlessly into work each day. Whatever the reason, I was deflated at the prospect of walking the additional 2 miles to the other entrance, a special.
And that's as far as we got.
That's as far as I can read.
Yeah.
Apparently, you have exceeded the text limit for Facebook posting to our StreamYard page.
Yeah.
However, in the that is apparently that's on your StreamYard, Joe, or Facebook, because it is not on the stupid Facebook.
Oh, okay. Well, I will jump over there real quick and
I can finish it.
Or it's on YouTube. Well, no, it says Facebook, doesn't it?
Yeah, you want me to read it?
yeah.
It says, especially in our mid-morning Texas heat, just as I turned to leave, concluding my cats didn't really need to eat this week, Sam appeared from a behind the locked propane tank cage where employees take their smoke breaks. Our eyes met, and I knew in an instant she was reading my soul. Without flinching.
Well, hold on. We're being trolled.
Yeah, that gets to.
We're being
Okay.
trolled.
Yeah,
So-
I'm reading
Cody-
that now, and I'm
So
like,
Cody, you can go slob on something that rhymes with knob that also is knob.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out. We're supposed to have a deletable capability of
you can
that.
delete that directly off of your page. I can't delete it. All I can do is report it.
Yeah, don't report it. I'll make him go away. Just as soon as I can figure out how.
Now, are we sure?
Thanks for reading ahead on that one, Blake.
Yeah.
Because you said that, and I started reading, and I'm like,
It's a copy
we're
pasta.
not.
Yeah.
I can't get
It was building up like something from Penthouse Forums or something.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
Exactly.
But I can't find.
I wonder how I managed to guess that.
And away it goes. That was improper, Cody. Cody just asked what did he do wrong? That was an improper post, and we do not.
How was it? Well, wait a minute. I didn't read anything improper, but except that he doesn't like Walmart. And he
No,
found a cat.
it's not porn, but the way that it reads, it is adult in nature.
Yeah.
It has more than one meaning to the word.
It's also like 19 paragraphs long on a little talk show, you know.
Yeah.
It's a TLDR, so don't TLDR us.
Yeah.
Well, Cody, I would say you should get your own StreamYard account and do what you like. Because we've got other stuff we've got to get done here.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's not adult at all. That's probably why you did it.
So, the news story about the Astra launch. Did anybody else see that?
We
Yes.
have seen the video.
I have not seen the video. I saw 2 still shots on space.com.
I posted it on Armchair.
I was going to say,
Armchair.
it's on Twitter.
Yeah,
I posted it on Armchair.
Hmm.
At least I think I posted it on Armchair.
Yeah, I don't think the guy filming was expecting that kind of.
No. They were out picnicking. They were expecting to see a rocket go up. They were not expecting to see.
I'm sorry. When you're running a video camera, expect
The
everything.
unexpected. Well, I'm pretty sure it was a cell phone.
Hey, my first national footage was of a disaster. So it was a hot air balloon falling from the sky. Nobody else had it. It was 1989. Let's see. Yeah, I still got the
Okay, I'm back in.
press pass from it.
Hmm.
1989 U.S. National Hot Air Balloon Championships. And this guy, pilot's name was Robert Mock, and he used to superheat his balloon so he could go up really fast.
Yeah.
You just do that too often, the top of your canopy, top of your envelope becomes brittle after a while. And that's what happened. It got so brittle that he was up at about 15,000 feet, and the top of his balloon just
Ooh.
disintegrated.
He became
And-
a pinata really quick.
Yeah, well, more like a falling rock. And I was scanning the sky because they had all launched pretty much the same time. And I was scanning the sky, and I had passed his balloon, and then I'm coming back, and I noticed the balloon's a different shape now. I'm like, oh, that's not right. And the balloon started getting narrower and narrower, and to where it was just an empty bag following the basket down to earth.
It was a streamer.
Yeah, and I followed it all the way down, and thankfully it impacted behind a building, so you didn't actually see the splat, but you saw you saw the basket go behind the building, and then the rest of the balloon just float down. And
that's when it would pay to have a parachute.
Yeah, well, they say parachutes just aren't practical in hot air balloons because, number one, you typically don't go high enough on these are recreational hot air balloons, not scientific endeavor hot air balloons, and you typically don't go high enough, and the chances of you jumping out far enough away from the falling balloon, you're both competing for terminal velocity at
I've
that
got the
point.
video.
Which
Okay.
video?
Of the Astra launch.
Yes.
Yeah, don't play Lewis's video because we don't have permission yet.
Man, I wish I still have it on 3/4 inch somewhere, but CNN bought that footage, and so that was my first national footage, 1989.
Congratulations on the sale.
Yeah, it was $150. That wasn't bad back then.
Oh yeah, this is the actual video
Okay.
of the Astra launch. If you want, I
Roll
can bring
that
it
beautiful
up.
bean footage.
I just didn't want to.
If you had a golden lab, you could do those commercials.
Pardon?
If Lewis had a golden lab, he could do those commercials.
Maybe I could teach my white.
Do you want me to share the audio?
Yes, please. I gotta have the audio.
The lady doing the comment. If it's the one I'm thinking of, the lady doing the commentary.
Why do I not have permission to? There we go. Piece of junk.
All right. Let's take this full screen.
I'm not hearing it. There we go.
Sounds like a
That's
jet.
wobbling.
Whoop. Yep.
And it tumbles. It's tumbling up. That's not what rockets normally do.
Pointy end is not
Wow,
up
that was-
anymore, and
that was,
flamey end is not down.
That was pretty
Very
good momentum, though. It still kept traveling up pretty good even after engine cutoff.
Well, it was damn near Mach speed at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go a couple of extra feet when you're going that fast.
There it is.
Oh,
Oops,
there it
here
is.
we go.
Tumbling.
That's right where we were doing.
And this is not the one I saw earlier.
Whoa!
This is the one they were playing on NASA space flight earlier.
A big boom.
Big bada boom.
Well,
He was
it looked like whoever was shooting that experienced a shock wave.
They did.
Yeah.
You could see it and hear it.
Yeah.
He wasn't expecting it.
Yeah.
Back that up just right before impact. You can actually hear the wind coming off of it coming down.
Yeah,
Really?
I noticed that too in the original play.
Whoa.
And shockwave. Wow.
So they were only about a mile away from it when it hit. So,
Yeah.
That I don't
Yeah, it
think
took
it
about a
did.
second for the shockwave to approach.
That I don't think it's supposed to happen.
Oh.
That
Well,
is
like-
a negative.
like Elon Musk says, space is hard.
Okay, I'll be right back.
All right. What happened?
I gotta go get my pizza.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it blowed up real good, Chris. You're right.
Yeah.
A rapid, unplanned disassembly,
Unscheduled.
unscheduled.
And unplanned as well.
I wanted to call it unplanned, unscheduled disassembly, a RUD, and just start calling them Ricky.
You would.
The nice racing joke. I got that one.
Yeah, I got the side eye from Lewis on that one.
Mm.
It could be a trickle.
Hey,
I don't know. Really dark humor there.
yeah. Oh, since most of us are con people here, well, I got to wait till Heather gets back because she's sort of a piratey. I got a good pirate question for you.
Go ahead.
I have a beard that doesn't make me a pirate nor a Viking, but I'll try
Nor
my
a
best.
lumberjack.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm okay. Sleep all night and I work all day.
Yeah, that gets me. Some of these guys going around with the lumberjack beard, wearing the flannel and all that. Looking at them, I know them assholes couldn't swing an axe if they had to.
Nah.
Some of them can't even change a tire. And I've seen a few photographs where I would doubt their ability to change a light bulb.
Let's not go there.
Yeah.
Oh, so the gentleman who from last night, is he being compensated for his
We don't know yet.
inconvenience? Oh,
Nah, we don't know yet. Monday, he's talking to his legal counsel,
okay.
and I don't know how many it takes to make a class action lawsuit, but we have a friend who may be joining if so. So,
They don't live with you, do they?
no.
Oh,
No, Greg and Kristen, no.
So three different families got kicked out because of service
No.
dogs?
No, two. One was a service dog issue, and one was a therapy dog issue. And which the therapy dog issue, they had express permission from the manager, who magically couldn't be found or accessed by telephone during the event of us showing up to the convention with said dog. And then the popo was called on us, and the officer was cool and everything. And he's like, "Yeah, if the dog has to leave, and you guys can come back with us." And we were like, "Well, there's nowhere for the dog to go in 100-degree heat, so we have to leave with said dog. So thanks for, doing your job, but they're pretty much asshats." So
did they refund your badges?
no, because it wasn't a convention. It wasn't a convention problem. It was a hotel problem. I won't make the commentary, but with that crowd, I'm pretty sure that would be a non sequitur, anyways.
Yeah.
So
All right. There's Heather. Heather, I got a question for you.
All right.
What is a pirate's favorite letter of the alphabet?
R.
No, the C.
It was a good guess.
where's the? Come on, faster on the button.
You waited that long? You waited that long for that?
Yeah.
You need
I
therapy.
thought that you had already asked it to them.
No, I made them wait for that one.
Yeah.
Hey,
And
it was a pretty good
was
guess,
so
though.
well worth the wait. God, have I been watching old
And
Yeah,
I'm
you been
sorry,
what?
I'm going to be eating on camera because Heather didn't get to eat dinner tonight.
You wouldn't be the first. You sure won't be the last.
Lord, no. I've had several meals on camera here.
Yeah, and I'm out of tortillas, so you better not show up with a damn quesadilla or I'm gonna get mad.
No, it's
No,
Uh-oh.
no,
I
Red
can go make
Baron
a quesadilla.
pizza.
no. He's talking to me, honey.
Oh, yeah, that's
Um,
right.
Hey, wait a minute. Technically, what Heather is eating is a really big tortilla.
It's an
Fold it in half.
Italian tortilla.
Just fold it in half. Yeah, a bingo
Fold the
quesadilla.
pizza. Hey, I've done that before.
Pepperoni.
Fold
They
the
actually,
heat.
I
They
like
Fold the
actually
pizza
sell
in
it
half.
now.
Eat it like a tortilla. There you go.
they actually
Hey,
do
I
sell
like-
it now. It's Papadillas.
It's a tostito. That's or,
I like the
Papadilla stole my idea.
oh,
No, it's not very good. I've had it twice now, and it's
No, I only had
And
it
it's-
once. That was enough. No, what I normally I make quesadillas all the time. That's just a really quick, easy thing to do on the griddle. And what I'll do is I'll take the tortilla, and I'll put just a little bit of pizza sauce on it, sprinkle some mozzarella cheese, throw some pepperonis on it, heat it up until the cheese melts, flip it over, bam, pizzadilla. But they don't even spell it right. It should be Pizzadilla. No, they call it a papadilla dia.
Yeah.
It's
Like day.
based on a
so
quesadilla.
it's a Papa Day. Yeah. Well, they're not very smart, as we've seen.
They're not.
with their leadership roles in the past, and we're not going there.
I'd rather just go to Pizza Hut and get calzone.
Yeah.
Pizzone.
A
oh
pizzone.
yeah.
Pizzone.
Those
Puzzle.
they were really great back in the day when you could mess around with the ingredients, but
Yeah.
now they all come pre-made, so you can't change the ingredients.
That sucks.
Yeah.
I
you
would
go-
rather Loopy's anyway. Loopy's makes great
Oh,
calzones.
You might as
And
well go to the
stromboli.
Dollar General and get them from the freezer.
Mm-mm.
Just about.
No,
Okay.
Loopy's is a local restaurant here. They make very good calzones, strombolis.
There's a couple of them down in the Chattanooga area, and there's one in Cleveland
Oh, there's one in Cleveland now?
over by the
Oh.
old Cook's food store. At least
no,
when I was
on-
living there,
On Keith Street?
no, on Ocoee.
Oh,
There used to be a Luby's
okay.
downtown?
On Ocoee.
There used to be one. I don't know if there is or not anymore, but there was a Loopy's in Cleveland.
Hmm.
Because they built this whole plaza over there beside Cook's food store.
Oh yeah, it's not Cook's anymore. It's I don't know what it is.
I know that the
United.
Cooks on Cleveland on Key Street was still there last time I drove by.
Mhm.
Okay. There's one over off of East Brander Road.
There's
you're
one
going
on
out
Hickson Pike.
there. There's one downtown up by
Yeah.
It's on Broad Street,
Uh-huh.
the 400 block of Broad Street. One in Hickson, somewhere on Hickson Pike.
Yeah, it's way out on Hickson
It's
Pike.
heading
No,
out
no,
towards
there's one.
Yeah, the one on Hickson Pike is almost to the park.
No, I think there's one in Riverview.
No, there's one. The one on Hickson Pike's up there by the high school.
Whoa, wait a minute. I'm looking at the thing here. Let me
where
see.
the road splits off in the
54
Middle Valley.
Wait, 5504 Hickson Pike.
Yeah, that's there.
And Chris,
My-
please, we've got some good Dollar Generals down here. They about half of our weekly groceries come from Dollar General. The other
Hey,
half comes
Chris.
from Kroger.
Chris, if you didn't know it, I think the old Kmart in Fort O is a super Dollar General.
Yes,
It's a guy.
but it's in that plaza. There's a super Dollar General store.
Oh, and we stayed at a very, very budget motel
And
last
the Del
family
Taco's open now.
reunion. I was
Yeah, I was about to
able
ask if
go to.
anybody had tried it yet.
What?
The Del Taco?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Has
it's
anybody
good.
been there yet?
I have.
Yes, but it's drive-through only, and the line is literally wrapped around the building
Twice.
twice.
I've
But-
got to buy a new pizza cutter.
but they're doing pretty good as far as getting everybody through, and it's better quality. If Del Taco's a 10, then Taco Hell's about an 8. I'd give it about 20% better than Taco Hell.
I would rate any competition of Del Taco somewhere around in a 6, except for our local taco stand, which is run by kids I used to go to college with, and I'll call them kids loosely because I'm only about 5 years older than they are.
Me and my
they do
stepfather-
everything from scratch. There is no pre-mixed, pre-made, delivered, frozen, and microwave. No, this is all home cooking. As
Me and my
home
stepfather
cooking
went
as
to
a
get his.
Mexican food can get.
Me and my stepfather went to get his motorcycle today, and we were coming out, and there's the old Kmart building there where the Dollar General and Del Taco are. And I was talking to him. I said, I remember when you could get all your car care needs done at Kmart.
Yeah.
And you know, you could buy rifle ammunition. They had the cafeteria in the back with the really good hamburgers, because they made those hamburgers that were like Central Park hamburgers before Central Park came out. And I think that's actually
Sears used to be the same way.
I don't remember them having a cafeteria at Sears.
When I was in middle school, there was one huge Sears for the entire county, and they had everything. Yeah.
The Sears downtown did have a lunch counter.
Okay. Because Murphy's and Woolworths both used to have a little lunch counter.
I remember Woolworths.
And Murphy's was just like Woolworths. Almost
Woolworths
identical.
had great shakes and fries. They had the crinkle cut fries that were really crispy on the outside and nice and meaty on the inside.
Zare's downtown at the Golden Gateway used to have that cafeteria in the back, and that was back when they mixed their own fountain drinks for the fountain, and they were just
get a black cow.
Now I'm getting hungry. And I just ate.
Hey, Thursday, I don't know if you guys did it in the after show, but we didn't talk about the Dune trailer that dropped Wednesday.
No, we didn't. Which is, have you seen the comparison that I put?
I have seen the comparison.
I put that on Stupid O'Clock. They compared the scenes from the old Dune trailer to the new Dune trailer, and it's funny. They're almost identical.
Well, no, what he did was he took the new trailer. He took the new trailer and figured out what scene each shot was from, and then went to the movie, the 80s movie, and found the scene and assembled it like that, which is pretty cool. And it showed Paul and Paul, Chani and Chani, Leto and Leto.
Which one looks better?
Well, obviously, I think the new one is going to look better, simply because the technology is much better to put it all together. I kind of might miss the body armor from the old one, because I thought that was pretty cool. The cubist.
The steel suits. Oh, you mean the shield suit?
Yeah, I'm talking about the shield.
The shield generators. Yeah.
I thought that was kind of cool. Now it just kind of looks like they're kind of out of phase, and it's kind of hard to see them. And so we'll see. But Duncan, Idaho, being played by Jason Momoa, that should be pretty cool.
Was it? I think.
And Chani
Stilgar is going to be played by Thanos in the Marvel movies.
Josh Brolin.
Really?
Brolin, yes, Josh Brolin.
Oh, Josh Brolin, yeah.
He's going to play Stilgar, and then I think that's who he's playing. I might have to bring that up real quick.
Oh, so they're bringing big names into this movie.
Yes, they are.
A few. Chani is played by Zendaya, who played the trapeze artist in World's Greatest Showman.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And is otherwise a Disney child.
Yeah.
I'm not going to hold that against her because of the job she did in Greatest Showman. But wow, she looks good in a still suit.
Let's see.
But then who doesn't? That's
let's see.
one of the coolest costumes in sci-fi is a still suit.
I'm sorry. James Brolin is playing Gurney Halleck.
Ooh.
Oh,
Jason
I
Momoa
forgot to
Duncan
buy one of
Idaho.
those today.
so he's in Patrick Stewart's boots.
Yes, James Brolin is doing
Not a place I'd want to be. But
Um,
of course, Patrick did a good job as Gurney, but
but they cut most
Nobody
of his
knew
stuff
him.
theatrical release.
Nobody
if you
knew
ever
him
get to
yet.
see the director's cut, his role's a lot better.
oh yeah,
Yeah, they cut about half of Gurney's scenes. from the
really?
theatrical trailer.
You
Did ever
really
see-
need to watch the 18-hour version.
I thought the one that made air was 18 hours.
No, that was actually the short one. The way you can tell the difference in the theatrical release. Oh, what's her name? Amy Maddig? No. I can't remember her name. Played the princess, and she does the narration for it.
Mm.
In the director's cut, Frank Herbert actually did the narration.
Oh wow.
Whoa.
Yeah, so that's a little bit- Yeah.
Yeah,
that's-
I don't Dune, so this is.
I haven't
Oh,
watched
it's
it
my
since I was
favorite
a
short
little
story.
kid.
I believe me, Blake. I know what it's like being out of the loop on some of the
yeah.
conversations around this
Dave
Well-
Bautista.
desk.
Dave
Well-
Bautista is doing the Beast Raban.
Okay. Looks like
Oscar
Baron
Isaac-
Harkonnen must have gotten a good dermatologist.
Oscar
Oh.
Isaac is doing Duke Leto Atreides, Paul's father.
Yeah, I would have loved to have seen him bring Kyle MacLachlan be Leto. I think that would have been good.
That would have been a nice
'Cause he's
a
the right
nice,
age now.
touch.
Yeah.
Stellan Skarsgård is playing the Baron Vladimir Harkonnen.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Javier Bardem is playing Stilgar. For those of you who don't know who he is, he played a Bond villain just recently, but he was also in No Country for Old Men. He was the assassin with the shotgun and the captured bolt
Oh.
pistol.
What's his name again?
Javier Bardem.
Oh yeah, he plays. Is the character he's playing a bad guy?
No.
No,
Oh,
well, not really.
You think
okay.
you think he is, and then you
He turns out to be-
realize.
He turns out to be the hero, sort of.
Yeah.
Well,
Kind
I'm
of.
going to tell you that movie changed my idea of finding the big duffel bag full of money.
No, he went back. That was what if he had just taken the money, hid it under the porch, and just kept sleeping. But it kept bugging him that he left that wounded guy back there with no water, and he had to go back and take him water, and that's where the whole thing went to heck.
No
Virginia
good
Madsen.
deed
Thank
goes
you, Chris.
unpunished.
Virginia Madsen, she played a heroine.
So, have any of y'all seen No Country for Old Men?
Mm-mm.
No, never seen it.
Can't say that I have.
Dan, that is one you need to watch. I mean that. Wow, it's not for the faint of heart.
It looks like it was directed by George R.R. Martin.
Oh, is it long too?
It's long and everybody dies.
2 hours and 2 minutes. It's got Tommy Lee Jones in it.
Oh, No Country for Old Men. Yeah,
And Woody Harrelson
Woody Harrelson.
and
Oh,
Josh
that's a
Brolin.
strike against it.
Yeah, I just thought about that. Heck, half the people in that movie are going to be in Dune.
No,
Maybe it's
No Country for Old Sandworms.
yeah. Actually,
the sequel of a sequel of a sequel.
Dan, actually, Woody's role in No Country for Old Men. Yeah, you need to watch it.
Pretty good. Not great, but pretty good.
Yeah, it's
Oh, interesting side note.
No,
Yeah.
I need to watch Woody Harrelson about the same amount as I need to watch Gilbert Gottfried in something.
He's
I'm
actually
sorry,
got
no, I just
very
can't
good roles.
stand him.
Really?
no,
Yeah. Woody Harrelson was great in Cheers. After that, hated almost everything that he's done.
I liked the role.
I didn't even like him in Cheers. There's something about him that just grates on my nerves.
I got a Woody Harrelson movie that will turn your mind on him. It's a Bunraku.
What?
It's a international film that he was in. He plays the bartender, and it's a great action film. It has like a bunch of
what's the name of it?
Bunraku, Bunraku. It actually stars a bunch of like Japanese like pop and Japanese rock singers for actors for the most part, kind of like the Japanese flick Mars, but actually a hell of a lot better. But yeah, it's actually a good Harrelson movie.
Okay,
even the trailer is decent.
There are very, very few actors that I just have an instant dislike to, and I can't figure out why. And unfortunately, he's one of them.
Zombieland, he was okay, but it was basically Woody Harrelson killing zombies. You know, why they even gave him a fake name? I don't know.
For the longest time was Jack Black. I hated everything Jack Black was in.
Now
that's another one that I really.
But some of his stuff's okay now. So I grew up a tiny bit.
I liked him in The Holiday. Really, I thought he played a very likable character.
I liked
in that
him.
one.
King Kong was amazing. Like
he did a really good job in King Kong because he was playing an obnoxious showman and did a great job of it. You know,
good typecast, huh?
Yep.
Yeah. But, what we're talking about? Woody Harrelson, Hunger Games.
Yeah, it was good in Hunger Games.
I love the character he played in Hunger Games
because he was kind of cocky and pompous in that too. So,
and wound up being the hero or a hero.
Yeah, Chris, I tolerated him in Solo.
Which, strange enough, his character from Solo was almost identical to his character from Hunger Games.
Yeah.
And
I just don't like his voice. Maybe that's it. I just don't like his voice.
You know, there's certain people that once they get this one role and you get the role in your head, no matter what they do after that, it's like, you know, we'll give you an example. That's Woody from Cheers. You know?
Yeah.
You're always going to, you know, no matter what he does, that's what.
Yeah.
I mean, what was the movie 2012 where he played the conspiracy theory radio nut?
Mm-hmm.
And perfect role for him.
Now, y'all talking about the actors you can't stand? Will Ferrell.
Well, yeah, that's where we started.
I was just going to say him. Will Ferrell and almost anybody that jumps from Saturday Night Live to movies. Almost.
Will Ferrell had one movie that he was good in.
Elf?
Nope.
What?
Talladega Nights?
Stranger Than Fiction. If you've ever seen it, he was just his character was just totally. You're like, it was not Will Ferrell.
He's just too over the top for me. I'm not a real big fan of what's his name that did Billy Madison.
Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler, and
that's
I met him.
One I can't stand.
I met him in a hotel lobby in Miami one time, and didn't even bother to go up and say hi.
You avoided him in a hotel lobby in Miami at one time.
Now, here's one for you. Tom Cruise.
I like Tom Cruise. I know he's got a lot of personal baggage, but, you know, I mean, from Top Gun on.
Yeah, I'm pretty much just a Mission Impossible fan of him.
What was the Tropic Lightning or Tropic Thunder?
Yeah.
Tropic Thunder.
Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
Where you almost you had to know it was Tom Cruise to recognize it as Tom Cruise.
I just can't wait for the Top Gun redo. That looks like it's going to be good.
Isn't it already out?
At least, well, no, it was supposed to have been out in July, and because of COVID, they pushed it back to December. So it's going to be, I think, second week in December.
Yeah, it looks like
the 11th or whatever it is.
This year. Christmas movies should be good this year.
Yeah, it's going to be out
They
on
should
the
be
11th.
plentiful because there's going to be a lot of them
Yeah.
that they're waiting until Christmas to release.
And
Talk
I will
about a
see them
COVID
when they
out.
come out on video.
Talk about a COVID outbreak. Everybody be wanting to go see the movies at Christmas, and there'll be so many different ones. Everybody be going to all the swapping movie theaters.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tom was hilarious in Tropic Thunder.
That's what Chris Walker just said.
Yeah.
There was one more. There's one more that I just cannot stand.
Consider yourself blessed that he is not in your mind.
Yeah.
He's not living rent free right now.
Yeah. But he's one of those over the top Saturday Night Live actors.
Oh, Rob Schneider.
Oh, yeah, that would be an easy one.
No.
And if it wasn't for Adam Sandler, Rob Schneider wouldn't be working in Hollywood now.
I remember
Demolition. He was okay in Demolition Man.
He wasn't.
He was okay in Judge Dredd.
Yeah, he kind of was. Yeah.
He played himself in the future in Demolition Man, basically.
Oh, wow.
We're police officers. We're not trained to handle this level of violence.
He wasn't Saturday Night Live cast. He was a traveling big name comedian. Pauly Shore.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh.
I thought he was pretty good in that army flick.
In the Army now.
In the Army
in
now.
the Army now, yeah. Yeah,
With
that
him and
was
Lori Petty. And
Lori Petty, yeah.
Mhm.
And man, Lori Petty, I was like, is this the same chick from A League of Their Own?
Yeah.
And then I realized
Tank Girl.
that the
Tank
real Lori
Girl,
Petty, that she was like way fixed up in League of Their Own,
You should see her in
Which-
Tank Girl.
is still one of my favorite movies. A League of Their Own and Steel Magnolias, two ultimate chick flicks, some of my favorite movies.
well, there's just so much
Hey,
personality
hey,
in Steel
I'm going
Magnolia.
to tell you my
Oh
favorite.
my God, yes. Half of Chinkapin County like to take a whack at Weezer.
Yeah.
One of my
I'm going to
favorite
tell you
lines.
the ultimate chick flick, and it's
The Notebook.
probably the oldest. I mean, if it's not a chick flick, I don't know what is. It's about two girls fighting over a pair of shoes. The Wizard of Oz.
God.
Come on, where's the monkey rim shot?
Yes, to
We
go
get the
find it.
monkey one. Wait, it's Wizard of Oz. Let's see if we have an appropriate Wizard
No.
of Oz.
The monkey's the closest one with it without wings.
So you're looking for a winged monkey rim shot?
It's probably out there somewhere. It is the
Skunk
internet.
could
for crying
probably
out loud.
find it.
Yeah, but the monkeys didn't really play drums. That's
Somebody's did.
Yeah,
Where's
I've had to catch.
Where's Yvonne when I need her?
I've had to catch my wife's flying monkeys every now and then.
Joe.
What?
You are one of your wife's flying.
He got you on that one.
Yeah. Of course, the other day I asked somebody to come give her a ride because her broom was broke.
And you're out of traction already? Wow, you heal
Uh-oh.
well.
So how's that couch sleep?
She didn't know about it, obviously.
Hey, is that?
Speaking of flying monkeys,
Wait, this isn't
I
Skunk. Who
feel
is
You
this guy?
resemble that remark, don't you?
I think he brought himself in on that one.
I can't find my sunglasses.
It's a flying skunky.
I looked everywhere
In
when I
15
got
minutes
home.
from now, you'll hear that.
So how did the matches go tonight?
Oh my god! I want to say this. We had there was a whole bunch of stuff that happened. It was this is our WrestleMania show.
Yep.
We had all sorts of stuff happen. One dude got hit in the face with a cane so hard it busted his face open. And that dude, I want to be 100% completely fair. That guy was a manager for a wrestler. He's not a wrestler.
Okay, the guy that got hit with the cane or the guy that did the hitting?
The guy that got hit
Okay.
with the cane was
Was
a
this a
manager.
wrestling manager? No,
A
great.
wrestling manager. He's also a professional boxer. So he didn't even care that he got hit in the face. Like, they didn't affect him at all. He was like, dude, I get hit in the face every day. And I was like, okay, but you're bleeding. He's like, so what? Put some super glue on it. We're good. I'm like, man, he's a tough dude.
Cell from hell.
Dude.
Ain't got time
No,
to
he
bleed.
sold it. He sold it when it happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that actual moment, he sold it when he got hit in the face. He sold it like it was death. But the actual like thing, I was like sitting there going like, oh my god, dude, like you're bleeding out of your face. He's like, so what? I'm like, I'm just worried about you. Okay, calm down.
Like those guys in the military, an IED goes off, and they look at you and go, hey, you got any duct tape? Yeah. Why? I got a piece of shrapnel.
And then like there was this one cat. He's had like 3 matches, right? And they surprised him tonight because he went over. They didn't tell him he was going to go over. He went over in a tag match, and now he's tag team champion. So he's already got a championship title. He's only had 3 matches.
So this is going to be a title match next week, right?
Next show, yes. But he was really elated about that. We had a championship match ended amazingly. We had 3 refs for that match because they kept taking the refs out. So the one ref, he'd get hit, he'd be out. They'd take him to the back. Another ref would run in there. They punched her in the face. She's out. We had the last ref that showed up as a dude who he'd gotten, kayfabe fired during the show months, like year ago, like over a year ago, right? He showed back up tonight. The crowd went wild because they hadn't seen this dude ref there in over a year. There's this other guy that looks exactly like him who's been wrestling there. Hint, hint. So that was kind of cool to have that comeback. But more than anything else, my buddy Wade, Aaron Wade, the baby dragon, because he's the kid is 19 years old. He is a 4th degree Taekwondo black belt. Like, he is amazing, right? One of the goofiest dudes. He is just goofy, right? But when it comes to this business, like, he takes it really seriously and stuff like that. And he goes through his match, right? He didn't know he was going to. They didn't tell him he was going to win the match until like the last second. Like up until that point, they told him the other guy was going to win the match, and they told him, "Oh yeah, by the way, you're going to go over. So this is what we want you to do at the end of the match." He goes, "Oh, okay." No big deal to him. He thinks they just changed something. That's all. They just changed what they were going to do storyline wise. He figures there's probably going to be some kind of weird beatdown or something at the end of the show. He finishes his match. He wins. And they're cheering and everything else. While he's posing with the crowd, they purposely pose him to where they can't see one of the other official guys that runs shows around here, sneaks into the ring behind him with an envelope and proceeds to pull out his poster. He's going to be in the Cynic City Invitational Future Showcase tournament on October 3rd. And when they turned around, they showed that to him, that, hey, look, you're in. You got the last spot. You're going to the Future Showcase. He started crying. That's a big moment for him. And I was like, stop. You're going to make me cry, man. This is awesome. Like, it was a really heartwarming moment. I mean, it like I said, my heart broke into a million pieces. I was so happy for him. I just couldn't believe it. And the thing was like I was sitting there saying, like, I even knew, because he was the only one who didn't know, right? Like, everybody else that was on the crew, we all knew what was going to happen, and it still was a shock, sort of thing. So I'm really proud of that kid. That was awesome. Other than that, like, the rest of the stuff went fine. There's one guy. We have a scramble match. There are like 6 dudes in it, right? And the thing about a scramble match is that you got to get all the entrances real quick. Everybody's got to come out and do their entrances real quick. But I didn't say that to anybody because most of these guys had already done scramble matches with us before. And this one guy, like, very slowly, like, just meandered down the ramp. It was like, you ever see the Larry the Cable Guy doing the joke about the walking farts? Oh, Grandma's got the walking farts. That's the way this dude was walking down the ramp. Right.
So
And,
how long did he last?
I mean, he took like it was like a minute 30 to get him into the ring. Right. Oh, everybody else is in the ring in like 10 seconds. You know. Oh God,
He wanted to be the Undertaker. Just take his time.
Well, his whole entire gimmick is that he's supposed to be like American Psycho. So he has like the rain slicker covered in blood and everything. Like he's supposed to be Christian Bale. He doesn't look anything like Christian Bale. But no, it was that was the only thing really. It was the only bad thing the whole entire night. I was just sitting there just being like, come on, get it up, go.
All right.
But yeah.
So we've been talking about movies and
we missed you.
actors that we can't stand. Will Ferrell got high on the list real quick.
Except for
for obvious reasons.
Except for Stranger Than Fiction. And I liked Adam Sandler in 50 First Dates.
It was all right.
Yeah, I mean, I think he and she had really good chemistry. So yeah, that's a passable movie. It's not one that I'm going to go out of my way to see again, but
you know what? Airheads. That's what I'm going to say for Adam Sandler. When he played Pip in Airheads. Yeah, I don't want anything. I just don't want to go outside. Lines like that were great.
Well, y'all were talking about the new Doom movie supposed to be, 2 hours long?
2 or 3 days. Yeah.
Have you ever seen The Green Mile on TNT?
Yeah. Denise watched it just the other night.
It's a 3-hour movie that takes TNT 5.5 hours to play.
Gotta get those commercials in.
They didn't condense it at all.
No.
But they play 8 minutes commercials every 19 minutes.
Yep.
19, I think.
Well, most stations it's 7 minutes of commercials every 5 minutes.
Well, that's TNT.
Does stuff still start at like 5 minutes after the hour? Like
no,
it used to back in the day?
They quit that.
That used to confuse the hell out of me. And my DVR.
That's why Turner did it. That made you have to sit there. Yeah.
Yeah, I worked nights, so like I had to like schedule it 30 minutes before, like if I wanted to watch wrestling or a show or whatever. I had to schedule it 30 minutes before and then 30 minutes after, and then fast forward the first part and then stop 5 minutes after the second part. So
yeah, Turner did that, just to fight the VCRs, because VCRs would only start on half hours.
Mm-hmm.
So you would either miss the beginning of a movie or miss the end of the movie, or you're going to have to waste tape.
What VCR did you have?
Really? I was always able to set mine at whatever
to the minute
I wanted it.
Yeah.
So the ones we had only did. I was cheap. I couldn't afford those fancy VCRs.
Oh, now there's a headline for you, Lewis.
Get a Yosan.
You know how most VCRs have the digital numbers in the front for telling you
It's
stuff?
a crank.
No.
Yeah, his had the
analog. Crank, the old flip over numbers.
Yeah.
Look like the clock from Groundhog
And instead
Day.
of 12 o'clock flashing, it was going.
That does sound like a really good retro future device to create.
Tell it to Thomas Williford. I'm sure he could be able to work one up in about half an hour. All he has to do is find the parts.
I'm trying to find the runtime on the Dune movie, and I cannot find where they've got that
DOG.
listed.
Heather said 2 hours.
That was Old Country for.
Oh, Old Country.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No Country for Old Men.
Yeah.
Yeah, old Country for No Men.
Yeah.
The
Sorry,
OG
it's been a very long day.
217.
Yeah.
Now that one
Yeah.
would have been a chick flick right there.
Oh, No Country for Old Men is probably one of my favorite movies. I will stop and watch every time it's on.
They do not have the time listed yet.
Oh, it's
The
probably,
edit
They
isn't
may not be
finished
done
yet.
editing it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's supposed to come out. It's expected December 18th.
December 18th. You're
Okay,
looking at
that's
the
why they don't have
IMDb
time.
also, aren't you?
yeah.
They're not done editing it yet.
No. Probably deciding on the ending.
Oh, they're probably waiting to see what ethnic group or religion they take off this time, because they already changed jihad
Yeah.
to crusade. And
Yeah.
I posted on that where somebody said, "Why do they have to change jihad to crusade?" And somebody posted, "To keep it from taking off the Muslims." And I said, "Don't you think crusade is going to take off Muslims?"
In the opposite direction.
Really?
Then they gender swap the character.
Hey, I'm
and-
Catholic. I don't want it called
That is-
crusade.
No, yeah, I may be wrong. I can't remember, but wasn't Dr. Kynes Shawnee's father?
Yeah, Liet Kynes
Yes.
or whatever. Yeah, now they're
Well,
guessing
now the
Sharon
Liet
Duncan
Kynes
character.
character is female.
Yeah, he.
What?
Exactly. So Shawnee's father
Oh, well.
is now female.
She'll
I
still
guess
be
it's
her
gonna be
father.
Shawnee's mother.
No. You're missing a bit there. That's a whole nother audience they can bring in.
Keep the audience guessing. That's an old PT Barnum.
Yeah, really, Amazons are a
Oh.
thing.
You said Oscar Isaac was playing Leto Atreides, and the name did not connect. And now that I see his publicity shot, I'm like, oh,
That guy.
that guy. Yeah.
He's been in
from
every
the Star
damn thing.
Wars off movie.
I thought I was.
He
I thought
played Poe Dameron
Ooh.
in the new
Okay,
Star
Poe.
Wars.
Yeah,
Okay,
Poe.
I was thinking the guy he was in Discovery,
Oh no. Mm-mm.
Jason Isaac. Jason.
Oh yeah,
Isaac?
Jason
That's
Isaac.
Jason Isaac.
No.
Yeah, that's who I was thinking of.
Yeah, no.
Oh, and talk about a movie right now that's catching flack on Netflix. Have you heard about that one, Lewis?
Cuties.
What?
Cuties.
Yeah,
Cuties.
Cuties.
Yeah.
It's a French flick that's come out just recently, and they put it on Netflix.
It's
And
about
apparently-
children learning twerkology.
Basically, yeah.
It is exposing female bodies to stuff that they shouldn't be exposed to at that age and situations and
Mm.
stuff. I've only seen TikToks and Instagram posts about it, so
Yeah.
I tried to watch it to see what the hype was, and I got like 30 minutes in, and I was just like, this is too boring.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it
about some young girl group that's they're some sort of interpretive dance group or something like that.
Yeah,
and
and then
It's a
they-
dance
Yeah,
competition.
it's a dance competition, and they witnessed a whole bunch of like urban rap videos with women dancing provocatively, and then they brought that provocative dance into the interpretive dance scene,
and
flipping it on its head and causing riots basically now.
it went over. It went over like a lead balloon because the main character is Muslim, and it
and
went,
she's defiant. She's being defiant to her parents are very conservative, and she's being defiant to her parents to join this group. And
yeah.
There's a lot of controversy in it that brings like, I know in the first 30 minutes it's like they're talking about the dad bringing home his new wife, and they live in public housing, and this new wife gets this bedroom all to herself, and it's all fancy, and the rest of the house just looks like trash. And so you're dealing with the polygamy aspect of the religion and the current wife having to deal with that and the kids seeing this, and there's a lot of stuff that it just hits on.
Yeah, I hear it's pretty deep and pretty dark. It's not
There's pictures on the different social media platforms of these girls bent over and you can see through their shorts.
I don't want to talk about this anymore.
I'm done.
That's good.
So this is basically the Hollywood producer market they're aiming at.
Yeah, how about have any of y'all seen the Netflix series OA? Or
Away. The Mars mission one.
No, the OA. It's got
What?
Jason Isaac in it and actually his wife.
I think I've seen. Yeah, hold on. I think I've seen that. The first season at least. Yeah, where they like went missing or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the first season. I think
Okay.
there's 2 seasons now.
Yeah.
Have you heard about the new abomination that Disney is putting out there?
Mm-mm.
Mulan.
Doogie Howser, MD. The series will be based in Hawaii and is called Doogie Kamealoa, MD, and the doctor will be a 16-year-old girl.
It's
Wasn't
nothing secret anymore.
Wasn't Doogie 13?
No, he was, I think, 50. He was just before driving age.
I think
Yeah.
it was 15. I'm looking it up.
Yeah.
Like he graduated at like.
Hey, after
Think
he
he
joined the
graduated
mobile
college.
infantry, I quit watching, Doogie Howser.
What?
After he joined the mobile infantry, I quit watching Doogie Howser.
Mobile infantry?
Oh, come on. None of my geeks got that one. Starship Troopers.
Oh.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute.
I didn't get in. I started to watch that movie, and I'm like,
I watched
no.
the first
It's a good
one. Then
movie, but it has
I hate
absolutely
bugs.
nothing to do with the Heinlein book.
Yeah, I watched the first one. Then I watched like the 7th or 8th one that had Goldberg in it.
Oh, wow. That show was on
What?
later than I thought it was.
What?
Doogie Howser.
Was it
It was in the
93 or
80s.
89 to 93.
Yeah.
80?
Yeah, I was gonna say it wasn't. Yeah, it was the early. It was the early
Yeah, because
90s.
he was running Windows 3.1 on his daily blog, or back then it was called a diary or a journal.
What?
I always liked that show. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
You can watch it right now on Hulu.
No, yeah, that's gonna be what I do tomorrow.
You know what they really need to do?
Ooh.
And it's just something,
Where's
they
that
need to-
sarcasm video?
It wasn't queued up.
Happy now? No. You know what would have been an interesting crossover? Doogie Howser and House.
Oh, that would be
House
good.
would have eaten him alive.
That's
Maybe they can do a crossover with Doogie, the new Doogie,
With the-
Doogie
yeah.
Aloha, and with the Good Doctor. Yeah, I don't know if you guys seen that.
That's a good show.
I love the Good Doctor.
And
I
that's
saw
done
a
by
few
that's
episodes,
done
but-
by the guy who did House.
Mm-hmm. Based
At
off the
the
Korean
age-
version.
Of 14, Hauser was the youngest licensed doctor in the country.
Okay.
He can't buy beer, but he can prescribe drugs.
God love America.
That would be something.
Can't you prescribe beer?
Yeah.
No,
Technically,
no, I'm serious. You can prescribe
Yeah.
beer.
Yeah.
you
Doctors
can prescribe alcohol. Yeah.
Prescribe alcohol to patients that have atherosclerosis because it helps to clean out your arteries of LDA
Oh God, I'm going to be
or
immortal.
LDL.
That's true, Dan.
I was thinking they also used it as a minor blood pressure medication, but I'm not sure.
That's what it's doing.
Oh,
Is
well.
it's
Thinning the blood.
a
And
vaso.
it can be used to offset
Vasodilator.
I think that's what it is. But then it's like
premature labor.
I don't know if it's it could be a vasoconstrictor because the effects of alcohol on the body are to pull the fluid out of your cells. It's a dehydrating agent.
Okay.
A diuretic.
Well, I know it's good to help kidney stones get through.
Yes.
There's a lot of, and it's got antioxidants, which are good for your body, and it helps to get all the crud out too.
Do you know
But
why
it's
they-
like
And
you
lots
have
of
to
water.
do it in moderation for it to be healthy.
Yeah.
yeah,
they
there's like
prescribe-
2 a day is, you know,
Yeah,
Good.
that's if you're going over
That's
2 a day.
moderation. That's a monk on a vow
If you're-
of celibacy.
monks make beer.
Yeah, I know. They make
Do they
some
have
good
to drink
brandy
Beer
too.
too. If you've ever been to the monastery at Waldflick in West Germany, you know what I'm talking about.
Hey, Joe,
Yeah.
pardon the interruption, but I just read that Starship SN8 is going to have a nose cone and attempt a 60,000 foot
Yes.
return flight.
They're talking about
Wow.
that. Yeah.
We got
That's
to watch
big.
all about that today in NASA Space
So they're
Flight
going to
Weekly
go
Roundup.
from
And Dan froze up.
It's gonna
10
have
miles,
it's gonna
isn't it?
have
50 feet
fins
to-
too,
60,000.
and they're
Yeah.
gonna send it in the air, cut all the engines off, and then restart them midair.
Wow.
Where's projected
That's
called-
10
landing?
miles up, isn't it?
Well, they'd be
Yeah.
launching from Boca Chica, Texas, which is
Yes.
right down there on the coast at the border with Mexico.
It is literally
With
the
3
most
Raptors.
southernmost point of Texas.
It's only like a mile and a half from the Mexican border,
Yeah.
like 1.8
Matter of fact-
miles or something like that.
We were watching one of the tests they were doing the other day, and a couple of guys crossed the border and walked through the test area, and the security police were chasing them. They ran off through the weeds and stuff. And the border patrol showed up a little while later, and
It was this big
Hey,
ordeal. They had
It
to
was
scrub.
just some
one of the
Mexicans
tests.
looking to see if they had any work. Okay.
No, it was cool how they
I
came.
know well stainless steel.
It was cool how they came across the border. They were carrying fishing rods and coolers.
just walked up the coast. And
They changed clothes right there on camera.
Yeah.
They didn't know they were on camera.
they didn't realize they were in the middle of a space launch complex. Okay, I was sitting there going,
How do you not know
I'm
that?
surprised they didn't send the robot dog after them. That would have scared somebody
did
spitless.
Send the drone. They did send the drone.
The drone.
Yeah.
You're asking for a drone to get shot down.
So the problem is, if you look at space,
No. SpaceX sent one of their own drones.
Yeah. Sent their inspection drone.
But
Boy.
the thing is, the SpaceX facility looks like a oil refinery. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
nothing but tanks everywhere. And if you didn't, I mean, even their rocket doesn't really look like a rocket. So
Not
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah, they were filming them coming up watching them come up the road. We were watching it
and
live.
everybody was going. All the people that do this with the camera stuff going, aren't the roads supposed to be closed right now? And they would zoom in on these 2 Mexicans pulling a cooler behind them and
Carrying fishing rods, pulling a cooler, and they get up and round the corner and see the police roadblock and go,
block, lights going and everything. And they get off into the weeds
I tell you, they were just looking for work as stainless steel welders.
with a fishing rod.
yeah.
Hey,
But-
everybody got to have a hobby.
Oh,
It was
Heather,
proof for their work.
it came out that Border Patrol commandeered Lab's video feed.
Really?
I did not see that.
They were actually, they said, we need access to this video now. He said, have at it, guys, just don't break it.
There's a rewind button.
They can do that split screen rewind thing.
No.
God, you gotta love computers.
Because you remember when they said there's an issue with lab cam's down right now. We can't access lab cam for a reason.
Not on that day. I don't remember it.
Yeah. Border Patrol had commandeered the stream.
Go break.
All right.
Yeah, because I was about to say they're not being recorded anywhere.
Yeah.
You've got
All
to
right,
actually
be
go
right
to YouTube and back it up
Yeah.
and everything.
It
Where did John go?
You had to go get a beer.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Skunk, did you notice I'm in a new studio?
No, actually, I didn't.
I don't have the big ugly blanket behind me anymore.
I see that now. No. What did where are you? Did you? Where are you now? Like, did you just like? Are you in a different room, or did you?
I rearranged the room,
Ah, I got you. Okay.
moved computers from one wall to another, and realized I didn't have a Cat 5 cord long enough.
Is that a TV in the back?
Yep.
Are you going to end up moving that?
No.
Just
So
don't
how are
turn
you
it
going to
on.
watch? How are you going to watch stuff on the big TV and do streams at the same time?
I'm not.
Dude, that's a sacrifice.
If I got to, I've got this screen up here.
Oh, okay. So you still have more than one screen.
Yeah, the screen is still up there. I lowered it almost a foot, and it's still that high.
See, I've got my 4K right there.
Yeah, mine's right in front of me. I don't have it on.
I'm going to go ahead and get into comfortable mode because this is killing me.
Saturday Night Live is live again.
Oh,
Oh, wow. I know I saw some stuff where they're starting to do TV shows again. Do any of you guys watch the Goldbergs?
Mm-hmm.
They were doing some stuff where they were showing how it was working with the whole COVID thing. Every single actor has their own trailer. They are scheduled individual time with hair and makeup. Everything comes in a bag, clothing wise.
Oh,
They have to take their clothes and put it in a bag, and then they can undo the clothes, each individual outfit from bag to bag. And when they finish it, it goes in a bag. So they're not allowed to wear the same outfit more than once. And when they're all together waiting to go into a scene, they all have to sit 6 feet apart in a separate chair on a separate side of the room with a piece of glass between them. So the only time that they get contact with somebody is when they're in hair and makeup. They have the one person wearing a mask. And when they're on scene actually filming. They're being serious about this, and I'm like, well, at least we're getting TV shows.
hey, Lewis,
Yeah.
check out what's up just above my head.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot, wrong one, wrong button.
Battlestar Galactica. Cool.
And the picture right next to it is a painting my dad did.
Nice.
The picture above that's that picture I showed you of the Japanese torpedo bomber out at Level Field.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And then the picture above that was Halicon 2016.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, the Strobe thing.
Yeah.
And then my little library off to my side over here.
Mm-hmm. So you got one of them crooked walking sticks.
Oh, yeah. That actually gets used a lot.
What kind of gun is that?
What gun? I don't see no gun.
Does it shoot real pew pews or does it shoot BB pew pews?
It shoots plastic pew pews.
Okay, airsoft.
Yeah.
Those damn things hurt, though.
Oh yeah.
I got in a discussion about that with a friend of mine. She's like, "Have you ever played airsoft?" We drove by one of the fields. I was just like, "No, I played paintball."
I've done both.
There's my airsoft.
Well, I've got that exact same one, except that it's a 9mm
It's
and
real.
no red tip.
This is used as a dog correction device.
Ah, probably pretty effective.
Oh yeah, all I gotta do is pick it up and just click the trigger. Man, they run like mad. I only had to pop one of them.
It's all it takes is once. Same thing with kids. You
Yeah.
give them one good whooping, that's all it takes.
Yeah.
Just got to prime the pump.
I popped one dog with it one time. All the other dogs, well, three of the dogs have never seen it.
Hmm.
And when I pulled it out 2 days ago, I just,
Is Dan supposed to be in the gulag, or did we just forget to bring him back in?
oh, he got up and left. I didn't see him come back. I just picked it up and cocked it.
Self-centered little.
Really?
No.
Yeah.
Big words.
I think you just got the truth.
Well, I put
Dan, you're an author.
We used our little intercoms tonight, and I had to go
FRF.
and check and make sure that Lindsay had remembered to turn hers off.
Oh, okay. But yeah, 3 of the dogs have never seen that thing. The other 3 have. I just
How many dogs you got?
6.
For now.
Oh, my God.
But all I did was cock it. The 3 that had seen it jumped up and took off running. The 3 that had never seen it before cocked their head and went, maybe we need to follow. And the dog that got popped was my husky Akita that had so much fur that it would never penetrate.
You had to go back in and comb it out, huh?
Yeah.
Along with another puppy. Because they shed so much.
Oh,
That was the joke. They shed so much that when you start pulling hair,
yes.
you end up pulling a whole nother dog.
One day I
And one
brushed
that's 6 foot long and 8 foot wide.
one. It was last spring. I had took her out in the backyard and was brushing her, and it was windy, and hair was just blowing everywhere. I heard the guy 3 houses down scream, "What the hell exploded? There's hair everywhere."
You remember
That's
Tad
not right.
Beatty? Tad Beatty went and got a husky, and he put one of those wire fences in the backyard, the kennels,
Yeah.
keep the dog in while they were at work. That dog got loose one day and started running around, and literally was running circles around the house. We were trying to catch the dog, and I got up by one corner because I was just waiting for him to come around that corner. And when he saw me jump out to get him, he did a big loop around me and was watching me to see if I was chasing him. Went straight into that chain link enclosure. Looked at me for a minute, then looked back at the enclosure, and there is a perfect outline of a husky in dog hair in the chain link.
Hey,
Oh yeah.
huskies only
Kind of
shed.
like a coyote-shaped hole in the cliff.
Huskies only shed once a year. It starts on New Year's Day and ends about New
New
Year's.
Year's Eve.
And German Shepherds are the same way.
Oh, yeah.
No.
They're not but they shed really bad. Because my sister's German Shepherd, she cannot keep him
We had to put this dog down.
from like
We had to put her to sleep the day before Christmas.
Hair was that bad, though.
We're still sweeping up hair.
Mm-hmm. That's how it's going to be when all of mine are finally gone. We're going to be sweeping up hair for months. So
I have puppy hair intertwined in the threading in my clothes.
yeah,
Yep.
I don't
The
even
same
let the
with
dogs
cat hair
in this
around
room.
here, and they're all outside.
I don't even let the dogs in this room. It comes
Yeah, I
under the
can-
door.
I have a big waft of it.
English bulldogs are bad about shedding too.
Skunk's on a phone call.
They can't go. They can't go up and down the stairs without carpeting the stairs.
it's
And
those
they're
little-
hardwood. And they're
Yeah.
hardwood stairs.
Yeah, and it's these little bitty hairs too, like little bitty things.
They've
It's the
got more hair
underbelly.
than their hair is longer than mine is.
Yeah. Yeah, but they get the underbelly hairs, like the little ones. Yep. I had a friend who had a couple of English bulldogs and one American bulldog, and between the three of them,
The oldest one likes to lay out in the yard and let you brush him. And when
Mhm.
you're done, it looks like somebody stuck a hand grenade inside a dog.
it's just a big.
Ouch.
What
We
you do?
can vacuum the living room, and 2 days later, we have another entire puppy full of fur.
That's how it is with our
Oh.
6, formerly 7. We had to put our special needs dog down yesterday, so
Yeah, I'm
it sucked.
sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah, I was very sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it
Hey,
sucks a
Blake.
bit.
I'm right there with you.
But
Blake,
it was the best. So,
Blake, I understand what you're going through. It's
oh yeah, he wasn't the same
Yeah.
for the past week, and we're like, yeah, like he had memory issues already because he didn't get all the oxygen to his brain because he only had a 2-chamber heart. But he lived like 550% of his life expectancy, so we were happy to have him. You know, as long as we did.
Still,
And I'm sure that
shovel
you
duty
provided
is the
him with.
hardest part of having a pet.
I'm
You
sure
owe
you
him
provided
that.
him with the best life he could have ever wanted.
Oh yeah. Well, we thought he was really, really dying for like the first 2 years because the vets were like, "Oh my god, we've never seen a dog with the heart this complicated before. You're not going to have him past 8 months." And then eventually it was a year, and they're like, "Well, we don't know why the hell this dog's still alive." But for probably the first 9 or 10 months of his life, he got like steak and eggs twice a week, and like anything he really wanted, pepperoni pizza. Like we fed him whatever we were eating. Honestly, what was it going to do? Kill him? And he kind of proved us wrong. Lived 5.5 years. Yep, there you go. There's a picture.
no.
That-
I love the fact they put a collar on it.
Yep, that is amazing.
Yeah, we've got one cat that we have been worried that she got real skinny. She wasn't grooming herself. We thought, oh God, she's got cancer. And it turns out she's allergic to the cat food that all the other cats eat.
Of
She was
course.
no longer eating. So we started giving her wet food in the house instead of the dry food outside. And she's gained about 2 pounds. She's grooming herself. She's walking around. She's just doing fine. All it was is she was starving to death, and we didn't realize it.
Because she knew that she was allergic to the food. Yep.
Yeah.
We had a
She'd
cat.
try and eat some, but it would come right back up.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, well, look, let's try. I mean, you're already feeding the feral cat this wet food that we bought, and because he's a skinny little thing,
Mm-hmm.
and all of a sudden, she just perked back up again.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Oh.
seriously, we've got like 16 cats inside the dog pen, and we've got 3, sometimes maybe 4. One was in the house, but decided she wanted to be feral, and we let her outside, and she won't come back in anymore. And then there are some strays that came up, and we've got the one dog. He's a Lindsay found out his breed is called a Hoverwort, and it's a German dog. They look like a miniature Rottweiler. And we were told when we got him that he was probably a Rottweiler and Dachshund mix. But no, he's purebred hoverwort. They just look like a Rottweiler laid down and let a Dachshund have his way with her. I mean, the legs are about this long, the feet are about this big, the head's about bigger than a wolf, and he's just the happiest little puppy.
What?
And he's a permanent puppy. Yeah.
Oh, wait.
What?
Okay. Never mind. I got it wrong. I thought it said Catwoman. I was about to be pissed off.
What? What about Catwoman?
Well, actually, this is about Batwoman.
Oh.
I know I'm going
They're-
to butcher. I know I'm going to butcher this
Oh,
name.
they're replacing Ruby
Javicia
Rose.
Leslie is being the first black Batwoman. And
Yeah.
I misread it. I thought it said Catwoman, and I was like, "What about Eartha Kitt?" And
Yeah, really.
And Halle Berry.
and Halle Berry.
Yeah.
Um,
We pretend that movie didn't happen.
Well, it's
it
like
was okay, but
it's like everyone's going bananas about the whole R-rated Marvel movies. Oh my gosh! And then like Wesley Snipes is looking around like, Blade, hi, you know.
Yeah, really.
I was a comic book character. Perhaps you remember. I made 3 movies about it.
Deadpool's the
And
best one.
they all
And then-
worked.
And then Lundgren or whatever his name is like, hey, what about me? I'm the Punisher, you know.
Yeah, really. Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah,
And then Spawn.
yeah, I
Oh
know.
Lord, yes. Just
One hell
because
of a
it's
film.
not Marvel doesn't
Oh.
mean it's
One
not
hell
good.
of a soundtrack too.
Okay.
That
We were talking
soundtrack was
earlier about
amazing.
actors you can't stand. What about actors that can do no wrong?
Mm,
John
Actors that can
Leguizamo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's yeah.
I'll even take him
Everything
in.
he does is awesome, except maybe the Mario Brothers movie.
Yeah, I'll even take him in the Mario Brothers movie.
I like the Mario Brothers movie.
I think
did
it's hilarious.
but I
I
just
think
wish they
it's-
did a little better
yeah.
job with the, Mario or the Mario world.
I would like to see them do it today. I want to see how the Koopas would
And all
look.
that would. There was a Leguizamo TV show that I really liked. I can't think of the name of it. He played the leader of a bank robbery group. Oh gosh, what is it called?
It's a
It was
TV
like-
show or movie.
Yeah, it was a TV series. It was a little short one, The Kill Point.
Ah.
He played Mr. Wolf. If you have a chance to see it, it has Mark Wahlberg in it as well, and it is amazing. It's actually free on IMDb TV right now if you have Amazon Prime.
One of my favorite John Leguizamo roles was where he played Tybalt in Romeo and Juliet,
Yep, that's one of my favorites as well.
and of course,
Um,
Mercutio was.
Yep.
I hate it. I can never remember that actor's name, and he's basically everything he's in is good. He's another one of those actors that can do no wrong.
Hmm.
Now I gotta look that up.
That's where I'm going.
While you're looking, Tom Hanks.
Harold Perrineau.
I can never remember that.
Tom Hanks is another one.
Yep, I'll agree with you there, Lewis. That was one that
Oh
I
my
was
gosh,
ready
I
to bring
forgot
up, and
Paul
you
Rudd
beat
was
in
me
it.
to it.
Has done dozens of really good movies, but he still owes me for that D&D farce that he did. That's just
For what?
he did a D&D movie that
Tom Hanks.
The one that came out in the late 90s, early 2000s?
in the Satanic Panic. Yes.
Yeah, I expected a lot more.
Yeah,
out of
but
that
I mean,
movie.
the guy has done everything from hold a movie on his own on a deserted island to,
Being stuck in an airplane terminal
to being to being on Apollo 13. I mean, never travel with this guy. He's
Having
got
sex with a
bad luck
mermaid,
with travel.
Green
I have-
Mile.
Yep.
But
Yeah,
I
Green
also
Mile.
remember him in Bosom Buddies.
Yeah, I know.
His
I have a
early
fun-
stuff.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's
like-
everybody got a right to earn
No,
a
not
paycheck.
He did the Burbs, didn't he?
Splash.
Yes, the bird. now
Oh
the Burbs-
yes, Splash was a great
Oh,
movie.
he had sex with
I
a
used to
mermaid.
watch that
He
all
did
the time
so
when I was a
good in that.
kid.
Yeah.
Splash was his first movie.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause I know there was Splash, Turner and Hooch, Big.
Oh, yeah.
The
Well,
Money
now,
Pit.
okay.
The Money
Technically,
Pit.
Oh
the
yeah.
D&D thing is a CBS mini movie, but so technically it's not a movie. So. And then of course Bosom Buddies was just
And
Yeah.
the poor guy that played him has been a bit actor ever since in
Yeah.
TV shows.
trying to
But it
remember.
just goes to show you, I mean,
Well-
it's just that little spark, and then boom.
Big, of course, was
Yeah.
big.
Yeah. Love that movie.
You're
I
talking about
once
an actor-
bought a copy of Forbidden Planet, and when I opened it up, it said Forbidden Planet on the CD. When we played it, it was Money Pit. They put the wrong label on the disc
That's
and
what
put
you
it in
call
the wrong box.
That's what you call it, a bootleg.
No, it ain't a bootleg. It was a real commercial copy. That was a screw up, was what that is technically
They
called.
do
it
mess
was
them up
misprint.
occasionally,
Yeah.
especially
Um,
toward the end of the production run.
I've got
And-
some Iraqi bootlegs.
Now you were talking about actor that could do no wrong, Mark Shepard.
Oh
I
Lord,
watched
yes.
that episode of Burn Notice yesterday
Ah,
Hmm.
because I was like, "Oh yeah, we were just talking." That's the reason I'm watching the show again, is because we had that discussion.
Anthony Hopkins, of course.
Oh Lord, yeah.
Gary Oldman.
Robin Williams.
Yeah. Ooh, Gary Oldman.
I don't
Very
care
overlooked. Yes.
what you guys think.
Oh,
I think
it doesn't
Ryan
matter how
Reynolds
well
is-
the part was written. If you give it to Gary Oldman, it's going to be memorable.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Gary Oldman is the ultimate bad guy.
Well, and he's the ultimate chameleon. I mean, he never, ever looks the same in any two roles.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
it might take you 20 minutes to figure out it's him if you don't read the credits first.
Yeah, because he doesn't look the same. He doesn't sound the same. He can completely lose his accent, and does for most of his movies.
Alan Rickman.
Alan Rickman's up there. For
Yep.
Rest his soul.
Yeah.
Never seen
Yeah.
a bad movie. Never seen a movie that he was bad in. I had to rephrase that. I've
Especially
seen
that-
several bad movies.
Especially
he
that one
was in.
Christmas movie he was in.
Hugh Jackman.
I have a controversial.
Yeah.
I have a controversial one because I believe it. I don't know if anybody else does. Robert Englund.
I have
I haven't
never
seen
seen
many
anything
movies
he was
with him.
bad in.
Yeah, even when he's in some terrible movies, and even when he has the absolute worst dialogue, he delivers it with just such
He does a very professional job.
Yeah,
so
just-
good, so good.
Just like
He's
But
he,
I don't know if I'd consider him to be a good actor because it's hard to compare him as a good actor. Oh, what's the term we used to use in the military? It's hard to soar like an eagle when you're strapped to turkeys.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it. You said the T word. As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
what about
Thank you, Les.
It's about time for those memes, isn't it?
Yeah,
Memes.
Mimi?
No, because it's
How
all
some
about
Philip
memes.
Seymour? Mimi?
Meme.
What about that Philip Seymour Hoffman? How about him?
amazing, spectacular.
Another one. Rest his
Yeah.
soul.
He has the just every time he's another one that you see him in a movie, and then he's
No
just
matter
all like,
his role, yeah.
You know the one.
wait a
movie
I mean,
that-
Twister.
is
He
that
had such a
Philip
small role in Twister, but you
And
remember
it's
him.
like, and that's the thing is that's one of the movies that I'm talking about where you're just
Yeah.
like you get to the end credits, you're like that was Philip Seymour Hoffman. What the?
Yeah, what was the movie? Citizen.
My favorite Philip Seymour Hoffman role was in Pirate Radio. I think he nailed that one. That was
He was
really
good in
good.
Pirate Radio.
Oh,
Yeah.
the one he won the Academy Awards for, where he played the
Oh.
writer that did In Cold Blood.
Yeah.
and got to interview the two murderers.
Truman Capote.
Pirate
Capote.
Radio.
I forgot he was in that one.
Yeah.
Is Pirate Radio the one where the kid had the?
No, that was you're thinking of
Pirate radio
volume.
was about 1960s rock and roll radio broadcast from a ship in the
Oh,
in
okay.
the ocean because the English government had banned rock and roll,
radio station.
so they had to
Oh.
broadcast from international waters.
Okay. Well, which was the one where the kid had
Above
the
the volume with Christian Slater.
Okay. All right.
I'll
And-
cross.
He was in
I'll
Boogie
cross
Nights.
contaminate. I'll cross contaminate our list.
Yeah.
He was in a movie with Adam Sandler that was actually good. Punch Drunk Love.
Hadn't seen that one.
I haven't seen that one.
He was in. He had,
It
a
is
really,
dark as hell.
he had a really good role. He had a really good role in The Talented Mr. Ripley.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
Very quotable
pretty-
role.
that's another one where he was
like Freddie Miles.
hidden in character.
Oh,
Right.
I've got a
Mouthkeeping.
classic one, but I gotta go get the picture.
I have never
me
seen
30
Tim Curry
seconds.
put in a bad performance in a movie, no matter how bad the movie was, and Jessica Harper as well.
Yeah,
They've had some crappy movies, but they really overperformed. It's like
no, definitely Curry.
Ed Harris.
if you got a shit movie, you want somebody on a Vincent Price level of acting ability to be able to save the movie from itself.
And that's another name. I liked Vincent Price just about in everything he was into, including radio programming, like The Whistler. Hell yeah.
What about here's an interesting one because this one could go in many different directions. What about Peter Weller?
Oh Lord,
I haven't
yes.
sint that much. I mean, just
Wait a minute. But
He's-
what about
he
RoboCop 3?
He has had some
That's
bad
not Peter Weller.
scripts.
No,
That's not Peter Weller in RoboCop 3.
no, it wasn't him in 3. He was just
No, it's a different guy.
okay.
Nope. He did 1 and 2. He did Buckaroo Banzai. He did what was it? Skunky would know this one. Is it called Screamers?
Screamers, yes, with Jennifer Rubin, who
Mhm.
Yeah.
is not on this list for a reason. 'Cause I love Jennifer Rubin. Don't get me wrong; she is gorgeous. She is just an absolute beautiful woman and a great actor. Don't get me wrong; she's a wonderful actress. She doesn't always put in the best performance.
Yeah,
I
it's
think-
the people
I think,
that put in the work, no matter how bad the part actually
I
was
think-
written.
I think Screamers is the perfect example of that because if you did, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the movie, right? Jennifer Rubin plays two characters in that film. One's the good character, and one's an evil character. And the good character, she puts in a great performance. The evil character, she hams it up worse than Ricardo Montalban. I mean, it is just
Oh,
going in. She
scene chewing.
dude, she eats the scene. She swallows the scene whole. So this is it's like she just was like, I'm going to do con and I'm going to do it 110%.
Okay.
Frank Gorshin.
Oh, Gorshin,
Yes,
definitely,
I mean we could
definitely
talk
underrated.
about
He was
all
one
of
of
it.
the few villains
Anybody.
from the '60s Batman who was actually scary.
Anybody that was on the '60s Batman, everybody was on the '60s Batman. Every single one of them.
Oh, what's his name? Caesar Romero.
Romero.
Caesar Romero is the Joker.
For
Yeah,
some reason, I said that, and all I could think of was zombies.
That's George Romero.
Burgess
Actually,
Meredith
John,
was the Penguin.
Meredith.
Burgess Meredith is
John Aston also turned in a stellar performance as the Riddler on the '60s Batman.
Vincent
And-
Price.
Oh, there was actually, I found a story about John Aston as the Riddler. They didn't replace Gorshin with him. Aston filled in because Gorshin was under contract for something else and they had to shoot that episode.
Let me
Yeah.
guess. He was doing that episode of Star Trek.
I don't know.
There we go. Star Trek. Yeah. John Delancey.
Yeah, everything John Delancey.
John Delancey.
Yeah, he is good.
Everything he
And
touches
believe it or
is
not,
gold.
I remember John Delancey from Days of Our Lives.
Even in
who was it?
the
What's-
worst,
I was
the other
just
guy-
about to say that,
Well,
Lewis.
I
I was
remember
just
John
about to
Delancey
say
from-
that.
even in the
Remember
worst
John
roles
Delancey
John
from the
Delancey
BBS Play
had.
Hour?
You
The
see,
guy
like,
that played MacGyver and then played the Colonel on Stargate SG-1.
I don't know.
Oh,
Richard
Dean Anderson.
Richard Dean Anderson.
RDA,
I would-
yeah.
I was
He's
just
been, in some, he's been in some stinker TV shows and still pulled off a good role.
going back to John Delancey. Have you guys ever seen Arcade?
Mm-mm.
I love Arcade. It is
Nope.
cheese. It's a full moon movie, so it's absolutely cheesy. It's about a killer arcade machine. Go figure, right? I mean, and this movie had its cast of characters. It was like, oh god, I know Seth Green was one of them. There was another girl who was in like My So-Called Life or something like that was in there, and there's a bunch of other actors and actresses. They're all really young. It's like their first roles, and every single one of them was it was bad. None of them could act. It was hilarious. So you get this really cheesy B-movie acting out of all of them, where it's just like none of them are putting in a great performance. And then John Delancey comes in and steals the scenes 100% because, like, in his first scene, John Delancey, the arcade machine, taunts one of the characters, and everybody's like, "Whoa!" John Delancey walks in and he goes, "Pretty scary." He just rolls his eyes, and it's like the perfect moment. He's so good. I mean, in that movie,
That's probably where he sold his Q character. That role.
Well, I think he had Q before that. And then he did another
Actually,
movie that was very similar.
if you had
called
watched the
Revolver.
soap opera he was on, he already had the Q character down pat as a mad scientist
Yep.
When
in
he
a
was
soap
on-
opera.
He was in this other movie that was very similar called Evolver. He's kind of playing the same character, but in that one he's a little bit more serious because he's the creator of this robot that ends up being a killer robot. And the scene where he's confronting the robot, and the robot, is full evil now and is about to murder him and stuff, is like, it's heartbreaking. He's such a good actor. It's like the rest of that movie, every character in that movie sucked. I still love that film. I have a
So I got
copy
a
of it right over.
Question for you.
What up?
I got a question for you, Skunk. Who was the actress that played the girl in a wheelchair? I think it was either the second or third Nightmare on Elm Street.
There is no girl in a wheelchair. The guy in the wheelchair is Will. Will, I can't remember who plays him. Nightmare 3. It was Nightmare on Elm Street 3. The only one that had a wheelchair. And Will was played by...
I distinctly remember a girl that was she couldn't walk, and in her dreams she was badass and could walk.
No, Will couldn't walk. And Will was
Wasn't he placed in the weird the wheelchair of doom kind of thing?
Well, he was supposed to, but he blows it up because he's the is Ira Hayden. Ira Hayden. He's the wizard master. And then the girl who is badass, the one with the mohawk, that's Jennifer Rubin. That's the girl from Screamers. Yeah, you're confusing two characters, Dan.
But she. Oh, I am.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Will couldn't walk because
I distinctly remember the line about in my dreams I'm bad or
I'm
badass
beautiful.
or whatever.
Yeah, I'm beautiful and I'm bad, and she clicks the two switchblades. That's Jennifer Rubin. She plays Taryn White.
Now, which one is turns into the D&D character?
That's Will. That's the guy in the wheelchair. Okay. Yeah, Will's the wizard master. He's in the wheelchair, and his whole entire thing when they talk about the wheelchair, he's like, there's a great moment with Taryn in that scene too with Jennifer Rubin's character, because he's like, he says something along the lines of like, "My name's Will. As you can see, I'm in this wheelchair because I had a little bit of an accident," and she turns and looks at him and goes, "That's BS." And it turns to the doctors goes, "I thought we weren't gonna. This is straight talk only in this room. There's no lying." And it's very implied he tried to kill himself to get away from Freddy, but he ended up breaking both of his legs. That's why he's in the wheelchair. That's why he's paralyzed from the waist down. But in his dreams, the first time they all dream together, he immediately gets up out of his wheelchair. And everybody in the room is like, whoa. And he's like, in my dreams, I can walk. And then he does the wizard master stuff, and everybody's just all like, wow, you gigantic nerd.
So I'm conflating two different movies.
Same movie, two different characters.
But
they're in
okay.
the same movie together. Yes, they're in the same movie together, so that's where you get that.
Okay, well that's understandable. I am an old guy.
Yeah.
Really?
And I mean, that movie, there's so many good actors in that movie. That movie has a really underrated cast. Every single one of the actors in that film is really good. The problem is a lot of them didn't go on to do anything else. Like that Ira Hayden guy is like, he did that, and then he did. Well, he did a bunch of other movies all the way up to like '96, and then he had a bit part in a movie from 2011. Like, he doesn't do a whole lot. He was in an Elvira movie and Father of the Bride. He played a stock boy in Father of the Bride, but he was a really good actor. I don't understand why he didn't get more work. And I want to talk about this. There's an orderly in part 3, right? There's an orderly in part 3 named Max. This is one of this guy's first roles ever. This dude would go on after this role to being not just an actor, but also a playwright, a producer, a screener, a film director. He's been nominated for tons of awards. He's won a ton of awards. I mean, MTV Movie Award. He's won an Image Award. He got a Lifetime Achievement Award. He won a Saturn Award. He's been nominated for Academy Awards. I mean, the dude is amazing, right? And his name is Lawrence Fishburne. That was one of his first roles ever, was in A Nightmare on Elm Street 3, just playing an orderly. And
Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Yeah. Before
he was also in Apocalypse Now.
He was in Apocalypse Now.
Yeah, that's well before Nightmare.
I think so.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, it was
When they like 78.
79.
Apocalypse Now, yeah.
But no, but yeah, that was the thing. Nightmare on Elm Street 3 wasn't his first role. It was one of his first roles. Right. I think Apocalypse Now might be his breakout, but I'm not sure. But previous to Nightmare on Elm Street, I mean, yeah, he was in Apocalypse Now, but everybody knew him as Cowboy Curtis. When he did Nightmare 3,
I knew him.
That helped establish him as a serious actor, that could, that's when people were like, oh, that was the dude from Apocalypse Now, and then he went on from there to do, I mean,
everything,
Event Horizon, The Color Purple, I mean, yeah.
What's your opinion on Kathy Bates?
Kathy Bates, oh my god, I love Kathy Bates.
Is she in the upper echelon of Do No Wrong?
Absolutely.
I've only seen probably like a dozen and a half of her films ever. So
I cannot think of a single role. Kathy Bates is a lot like, we were talking about Gary Oldman earlier. Kathy Bates is a lot like Gary Oldman.
Yeah.
She does
any roles.
She does a role, and you sit there for a minute, and you're like, this person seems really familiar, and they're giving it 110%. And then you're like, oh my god, it's Kathy Bates.
It's kind of like if you go and see her in, what was the Stephen King movie?
Misery.
No,
hold up.
In Misery.
Which Stephen King movie? Because she's done a bunch of them.
And then you go see her in Fried Green Tomatoes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like when you say Stephen King movie involving her, it's like you could be talking about Misery, you could be talking about Dolores Claiborne, you could be, I mean, she did a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
Well, isn't Dolores Claiborne Misery? Isn't she the character?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, she is not. They're two separate characters.
Oh, okay. I know, whenever somebody mentions Kathy Bates and Misery, my ankles hurt.
Yeah. I mean that's the thing. And Dolores Claiborne, she is Dolores Claiborne. Like the book and the film are named after the main character. But I mean, you gotta remember, she did so much stuff.
No.
So much stuff.
Oh, she was
That was-
everywhere. Like, I'm just
I
looking
mean-
through this, like Dick Tracy, Misery, Road to Mecca, like, of course, Fried Green Tomatoes, and like,
Mhm.
and just from there, boom, everything skyrockets. Titanic and Civil Action, like.
Oh, there's
everything.
another topic for us.
What?
The
Oh, we ain't got enough time for it.
actors that can go either way. They can be really bad in a movie, or they can be really good. Like the thing that came to mind when Blake was talking was Dick Tracy, Warren Beatty. He can turn
Yeah.
out stellar performances, but
And he
then
can also-
he can turn out some
But he
really
can flop
crap.
it.
Another
Yeah.
Beatty, Ned Beatty. Ned Beatty's the same way. Ned Beatty can.
All right, we've got
can do,
6 minutes. I've got to take a bio break. I will be right back.
All
Ned
right.
Beatty can do an
We'll see you on the
amazing
other side,
performance in a lot of things, and then he could do something as I hate to say it, but that scene in Deliverance is too funny. I know it's not supposed to be funny, but his reactions to everything make that scene funny.
Wasn't Ned Beatty in one of the Batman movies?
Yes. No, Superman.
Superman.
Yeah, he was Lex Luthor's
Buffoon.
assistant.
Yeah.
Going back to, since we're on this subject now, going back to Nightmare on Elm Street, Lisa Wilcox did an amazing performance in Nightmare on Elm Street 4, and then turned around and phoned it in for Nightmare on Elm Street 5, and it was really disappointing because she was so good in the fourth film, and in the fifth film she barely tried. I get it. Like, I love the fifth film. Don't get me wrong; it's my favorite of the series. But I know it's a rushed production. It's technically not a good movie.
Nightmare 5, The Rush for Cash.
Pretty much. They did it. They completed that film in 9 months.
Well, that's nothing. Roger Corman did A Bucket of Blood in 5 days.
Well, when I say completed that film in 9 months, I mean in the middle of they in the middle of production on part 4, they said we already need to start on part 5. And while they were working on trying to get the script together for part 5, part 4 comes out. They say, all right, we got to start filming on 5. Like, we got to start filming and doing editing and all this other stuff now. They were doing so many script changes. Joe Seeley, the guy that plays Mark, the comic book nerd in that film, he talks about it. Like, we stopped memorizing lines because we knew they would be changed the next day. When they finished, the script had so many different multicolored pages to represent each change in the script that they said it would look like a rainbow because every page was different.
Oh, speaking of script, Joe, I now have a copy of 5 Characters in Search of an Exit
Yeah, it's awesome.
to do as a possible table read for Halicon. If we can find people willing to do it.
I mean, I'll do it. I love that. It's my second favorite episode of Twilight Zone.
I see you as the clown.
My absolute favorite episode of Twilight Zone, like I said, is The Invaders. But 5 Characters in Search of an Exit, like, I loved it, and then I found out it was what inspired Cube, and I was just like, that makes sense. That's a good story. And I recently was talking with somebody about 5 Characters, but I don't remember who it was. I mean, outside of you, Joe Dog. Somebody I talked to recently was just like,
Us.
no, I meant
We
like,
talked about it on one of these shows.
no, outside of the show.
Oh,
Like recently, like as in like in the past week or so, I was talking with somebody about it, and they were like, "Yeah, I love that episode of Twilight Zone, 5 Characters in Search of an Exit." I was like, "I love that one too." How do you know about it? They were young. They were super. They're younger than me.
Netflix,
Is Twilight Zone on Netflix now?
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think not the whole thing, but a good portion.
Before we
The
go,
1-hour episodes are not on Netflix.
I do want to talk about one thing.
All right, make it quick.
If you didn't hear, Venture Brothers did officially get canceled,
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
which means Which means, Mark, I was right. I was right, Mark. I was right, Mark Michael. As soon as they reveal that they're related, they're going to cancel the show. That's what I said.
Oh,
Right.
All right.
Skunk with no glasses said it.
Uh-oh.
Wait a minute. I don't think that's really Skunk. I think it's an imposter.
The fun part about that.
Oh,
The fun part about that is that he's gonna see this later and he's gonna be all like, "Well, I'm gonna have to whip his ass."
Thursday
And-
night
and-
we have a guest coming up.
Oh, we do.
Don't do that. Just keep me back into the regular.
Not me. It's John.
I don't know.
He told me to kick him back in the regular. I did, and what did he do? He hit the same damn button.
All right. No. Who's the guest?
Also, Skunk, read private chat and pull it up before we leave this room.
Josh Turner and the guy with a with the I can't remember the name, but they help
Princess Leia.
They help on the kids with hearing loss for cochlear implants. They've got a big.
Yeah.
You
I
know
know
exactly what I'm talking about.
I know who you're talking about. I can't think of his name to save my life.
Yeah. But it's them, so they've got something coming up, so they're going to come on the show and promote it on Thursday.
That's awesome.
And we may actually have another author coming in on a Saturday night show by the name of Alan Gilbreth.
Hey, Alan! I haven't talked to Alan.
I know that guy.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
one of my
cyborg.
publishers.
Yeah.
And to answer your question down there, Blake. Yeah, I saw him. I don't care. It's Nike.
You're not a sneakerhead.
And somebody just popped in and says, "Oh, there's 7 now, but not for long because we got to go. Say bye, everybody."
Bye,
everybody.
Bye, everybody.
I have slept the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter-silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds and done 100 things you have not dreamed of. Wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, I've chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up the long, delirious, burning blue, I've topped the windswept heights with easy grace, when never lark nor even eagle flew. And while with silent, lifting mind, I've trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand and touched the face of God.